Fermented shrimp paste, an age-old culinary ingredient revered in many Southeast Asian and coastal cuisines, stands as a potent example of how traditional foods can pack an extraordinary nutritional punch while simultaneously challenging the boundaries of modern palates. This ancient condiment, typically made by fermenting ground shrimp with salt and allowing the mixture to mature over weeks or even months, may be difficult for some to appreciate at first due to its intense aroma. But for those willing to push past the initial shock to the senses, it offers both flavor and benefits that are hard to find elsewhere. At its core, fermented shrimp paste is a rich source of protein, delivering essential amino acids necessary for maintaining and repairing muscle tissue, supporting immune function, and providing the building blocks for enzymes and hormones. For populations that rely on modest animal protein intake or who consume predominantly plant-based diets, incorporating even small amounts of shrimp paste can make a noticeable difference in protein adequacy, particularly in rural or resource-scarce environments where fresh meat may not always be accessible. Even more notably, this paste is loaded with B vitamins, especially B12 and niacin, which are vital for maintaining nerve health, producing red blood cells, and supporting energy metabolism. In many traditional societies, where dietary diversity may be limited, shrimp paste becomes not just a flavor enhancer but a critical dietary component that helps prevent nutrient deficiencies. For those at risk of anemia or neurological disorders linked to B12 deficiency, fermented seafood like shrimp paste can be a quiet hero in the background of everyday meals. But all of this comes with a challenge, and that challenge is its signature pungency. Fermented shrimp paste is not for the faint of heart. The fermentation process, which unlocks its complex umami profile and health benefits, also produces a bold, often overpowering smell that many people, especially those unfamiliar with fermented foods, find offensive or alarming. This is not the kind of ingredient that slips unnoticed into a dish. It announces itself, and this boldness, while culturally embraced in many parts of the world, remains a significant psychological barrier for others. Yet this strong odor is a marker of its potency, not just in taste but in nutritional transformation. The fermentation process breaks down proteins and carbohydrates into simpler compounds that are more easily absorbed by the body, while also introducing beneficial bacteria that can promote gut health. Although, in most cases, the final product is cooked, reducing its probiotic effect. Still, the very act of fermenting dramatically alters the nutritional and chemical landscape of the food, often increasing its bioavailability and shelf life, and allowing communities without refrigeration to preserve nutrients long-term. It's also worth noting that for individuals with certain allergies or sodium-sensitive conditions, fermented shrimp paste must be consumed with care. It is extremely high in salt, sometimes containing as much as 15 to 20% sodium by weight, which poses a risk for people with hypertension or cardiovascular issues. Moreover, those with shellfish allergies need to steer clear entirely. As with any intensely concentrated food product, moderation and context matter greatly. Despite these warnings, it's important not to let the barriers overshadow the potential. Fermented shrimp paste is a powerful example of a traditional food that offers modern benefits if we're willing to rise to the challenge. Its presence in a dish can transform the ordinary into something rich, soulful, and deeply satisfying. It encourages us to reflect on how far we've come from truly bold flavors and to reconsider what good food really means. We often praise minimalist, clean tastes and shun the wild, unrefined, primal notes of fermentation. But in doing so, we risk losing a treasure trove of nutrition, tradition, and cultural depth. So yes, it may stink. But that stink is history, preservation, biochemistry, and survival. It's a challenge to preconceived notions of what food should look, smell, or taste like. It's a call to broaden our sensory boundaries and embrace the complex, the raw, the fermented. Those who take that leap often find that their initial aversion transforms over time into deep appreciation, perhaps even craving. Because behind the wall of pungency lies a world of flavor, richness, and nourishment that few modern foods can match.